I'm just kidding. Wow. How did you?
Hunters of Ibaraki are still one of the Egba hunters who still live in the rainforest of Abeokuta. Their main source of livelihood is farming and hunting. They use game guns, machete, traps and their dogs to hunt bush animals to provide protein for the family. The Egba people, a prominent Yoruba subgroup from Abeokuta in southwestern Nigeria, have a rich heritage, deeply rooted in traditional hunting. For generations, Egba hunters have been revered not only for their skill in tracking and capturing game, but also for their role as protectors of the community and custodians of cultural rituals. Deep in the heart of Abeokuta Rainforest, beneath its ancient towering trees, lies Ibaraki, a small settlement of farmers and hunters, where tradition meets survival. I am Waterchild, a documentary filmmaker based in Lagos, Nigeria. I arrived in the rainforest of Abeokuta for a 48-hour journey into the daily life of local hunters. Beyond the immediate challenges of daily life, the community of Ibaraki faces a looming threat. The relentless advancement of deforestation, once dense and teeming with life, surrounding forests are receding inch by inch, year by year. The consequences extend beyond the loss of trees, biodiversity depletions, climate patterns shift, and communities like Ibaraki grapple with the erosion of their cultural and environmental heritage. Alright guys, I go by the name Waterchild and we just arrived at the Ibaraki village. So this is like a remote village in the middle of the jungle. Last year, during rainy season, we came to this particular village to document the farmers and the hunters of Ibaraki. But unfortunately for us, it was rainy season, and of course hunters don't go out to hunt in the rainy season, so we were unable to get any bushmeat. And then the first time we came to this village, this particular tree, it is called Ijaraba in Yoruba. I don't know what it's called in English. I think it will be called I can't remember what it is called in English right now, but yeah, it's called Ijaraba in Yoruba. And the last time we were in this remote village, this tree was still standing. So we just got here now and I was informed that this tree on its own just fell. I don't know how many years this tree must have stayed there, but according to the villagers, it is said that this tree has been in this village even before the village existed. And this tree just happened to kind of like, just fall on its own. And the villagers are saying it took about 9 days for them to perform rituals and sacrifices, for them to then start calling the guys to come and start sawing the woods and start parting the wood. I don't know, this wood is probably 500 years old or so. As you can see, it's a very huge tree. As customs demand, we must greet the elders and the ballet of the community. There is not much fun in Ibaraki as the women and children engage in the production of cassava flakes while the men farm the land and hunt. These cassava are produced from their farms, which are refined and sold to earn a living for the family. Bí ọjọ́ mẹ́rin lè wá sí tí bá ti ṣe pákí yẹn tẹ́ ṣe tán ìbílẹ̀ tí bá lè máa lọ tó máa ti kó tó ti bá. A máa lọ nú ẹ̀rọ báyìí. Ókè máa lọ nú ẹ̀rọ báyìí. Ókè náà ló wà bẹ́ẹ̀ yàbí. Ókè ọjọ́ mẹ́rin lè bá ti fi síbẹ̀ yẹn.
ó wá máa tó ọ̀túnla nísìnyí ó sì àná fàájà sílẹ̀.
Àti ìjọ́ ìlẹ̀ ti fi síbẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀.
Àná.
Àtàná. Owó dé máa lọ́jọ́ mẹ́ta bẹ́ẹ̀. Ṣé gàrí lè lọ́ máa pè ní gàrí Ìjẹ̀bú? Ṣé òun lẹ́ ṣe?
Gàrí Ìjẹ̀bú náà ni torí gàrí Ẹ̀gbá ni ó bà.
Oh, okay. So tẹ́ bá ṣe mo gàrí yìí tán sí kí lẹ máa fi ṣe? Kí lẹ fi máa ṣe?
A máa gbé lọ́jà.
Ẹ máa ń gbé lọ́jà. Ìjọ́jọ́ lẹ máa ń gbé lọ́jà.
Ìjọ́ tábà yan tán náà ni.
Bí ọjà wo?
Kájọlà.
Tẹ́ bá ṣe bí irú basket tẹ́ lórí ìsìn àpẹẹrẹ tẹ́ lórí ìsìn bí gàrí tó bá kú lè báyìí sí lè lè máa ta.
Báàfù méjì ló wà ń bẹ̀.
Báàfù méjì ló wà ń bẹ̀. Èló lè máa ta báàfù kan?
12,000 láì.
12,000. Kí lẹ fi ṣe báàfù náà?
Báàfù ẹ wà lọ́dọ̀.
Ok. Ṣé
Ìwé lè ní ìsìn. Báàfù méjì ni tí láti máa jọ pé.
báàfù méjì lè lè báyìí? So báàfù méjì ń sìn 12,000 ó jẹ́ 24,000 fún báàgì kan. Nights in Igbariake are usually longer due to the lack of electricity. Families go to bed as early as 8 p.m. In Igbariake, life begins before sunrise. Here, every day is a testament to resilience, a balance between ancestral ways and modern challenges. Electricity is scarce, water must be fetched from distant sources, and education is a luxury that only few can fully access. Yet, the people here have learned to live with what nature and tradition provides. So I'm here with this man. His name is Toby, and he happens to be a farmer and a doctor as well. And today is the hunting day. So this man here is getting ready for the hunting. So this here is called solimeter, and this is what they use to make the gunpowder for the day guns. Because this man they use day guns for hunting. So this solimeter, this man here is grinding this solimeter, and what else? You will Ojo. That is the Yoruba because I just have to do inside of that. Still, I know what is called in English. So this Yojo will be added to this solimeter and then grinded together to make the gunpowder. So let's find out. This is cool. So we add solimeter, Yojo, and gold to make the gunpowder used for the day guns. Without this gunpowder, the day guns cannot work. So the coal is grinded now. The coal has broken to powder. So to be added the solimeter with the Yojo to make the gunpowder. Solimeter is not added to coal. Solimeter is added to coal. I think he has like mix together and then give it another grind. And then Yojo will be added as well. Process is the process of getting ready for the hunting day. Today happens to be the day one of the hunting, and this year very important to the hunting. Without it, there will be no hunting. Without gunpowder, there will be no day guns. So I know you guys are probably wondering why I have like squint eyes and all of that. So there's this gari. So the women are making gari, and there's a firewood fire close to where I am. Yeah, if it works for real. I don't know how the man is going to do that, but that's what I'm about to do now. Testing out the gunpowders.
So, shit is for real.
Wow. Oh wow. I guess it works. What's she sharing here? What's she sharing?
Tábà ti ṣe tán, tá ti mix ìwọ̀n ọjọ́ àti solimeter yẹn pọ̀ pẹ̀lú ètù yẹn. Tábà ti lọ tó bá ti kúnná, a máa sá. Tó bá ti gbẹ, a máa rọ́ sínú ike. So òun la ṣe máa fi sí inú ìbọn.
Okay guys, so what he's saying is that after the mixture and grinding together of the solimeter, ojo and coal, they have to like dry the powder substance in the sun. So after the substance is dried, that is when they can now use the substance for the day gun. Hi, okay guys, so this place that we are in is where the hunters usually gather to, like, you know, deliberate on matters that concerns hunting and all of that. Right now they are gathered here, and these men are going to make some kind of prayers and libations and, you know, rituals before we start the hunting. So these men are like few, but other men will be joining us from other communities. So yeah, we are here now to, you know, appease Ogo.
Mi pe ẹkún mi pe ẹrù àrùn èṣù lágìrì òkò ẹlẹ́kùn sunkún láàrọ̀ ìṣẹ̀jẹ̀ olólàlà àtàrí ẹ̀ fíyefíye ẹ mo pè ẹ́ o kò pè ẹkún kò pè àrùn tó rọ ọdẹ tá a fẹ́ ṣe lónìí ọdẹ tẹ sóònù àti gbogbo oge ilẹ̀ mo pè ilẹ̀ mo pè ilẹ̀ mo pè ogun mo pè ogun mo pè ogun mo pè ogun látàrí oṣù malẹ̀ kankan tí tùwìrì ònóbi lè fẹ̀jẹ̀ òun náṣọ lè fi mọ̀kọ́ mọ̀ bóra koríko odò tí irú tòjò tẹ̀rùn ogun látàrí oṣù malẹ̀ kankan tí tùwìrì olómi lè fẹ̀jẹ̀ wẹ̀ onáṣọ lè fi mọ̀ kí mọ̀ bóra ogun látàrí oṣù malẹ̀ kankan tí tùwìrì wá ṣe wá kó bá lo koko dé kó bá lo doko bọ̀ báyìí tó yẹ tàtí wèrè tèkútélé abiyamọ kò ní gbẹ́tọ̀ mọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ bá tàtí wèrè ogun látàrí oṣù malẹ̀ kankan tí tùwìrì olómi lè fẹ̀jẹ̀ onáṣọ lè fi mọ̀ kó wá sádìí ẹ báyìí o èyí ẹgbẹ́ ìgbàra kẹsàn-án àfẹ́ sọdẹ sóònù báyìí àfẹ́ pẹ̀ràn à ń lọ nóko à ń lọ pẹ̀ràn báyìí ògùnlákàyé kó wá ṣe ọmọ ẹran kó lẹ̀ kárí wọn pa báyìí o ògùnlákàyé oṣù malẹ̀ kankan tí túwìrì ònóbi lè fẹ̀jẹ̀ ònáṣọ lè fi mọ̀ ká má rí wàhálà lónìí báyìí kó má ṣàkólọ ẹnìkan lórí kó má paraba kó wá tọ́nà owó jọ fa wa kí bọ́n má wà kó wá bẹ́ẹ̀ nínú abọ́mọ ènìyàn ara iná ro kòtò kó má sọ sí lónìí báyìí ògùnlákàyé kábàárẹ̀ ẹnikẹ́ni ènìyàn kéèyàn ìná ìdílé àlọ́ inú bí tó bá má padà ṣiṣẹ́ kó má fi gé hàn lẹ́nu. Ṣoṣo àríṣoṣo.
Ògùn má mà já àríṣoṣo. Ọ̀rẹ́ o, ògùn adájọ́.
inú wa jọ dùn kalẹ̀ báàrò ṣe máa rí ìyá ń ṣe yìí àní kábàámọ̀ rẹ̀ báàrò ṣe máa rí ẹ̀yin ọmọ yẹn gbére orí yín kò ní burú ẹ̀dá yín kò ní gbàbọ̀dé ẹ má mọ̀ ọ́ ṣe lágbára alálẹ̀ ilẹ̀ yìí.
Tradition is tradition. Wherever you go, you have to respect the culture, right? So, I mean, this is culture anywhere in Africa. Dry gin is used to appease the gods or good. Anywhere you go in Africa and there's cultural, traditional event or anything that has to do with, you know, African tradition, there has to be a dry gin. At least I can say that in Nigeria, maybe not everywhere in Africa. I speak for my people. Love. It's about time, you know. So these hunters, we are now leaving the Bayaki village to go and meet up with other hunters in the other community. So the other hunters will be joining us on the hunt because obviously these hunters will be enough. They need more hands, more men. So let's go. Let's do this, bro. This is like the head of the Alaja. Like this man here is called Alaja Abi. So the Alaja literally means the man who kind of like controls the dog. You know, these hunters cannot hunt without the dog. So this man here is like the head. As you can see, his dogs. These are like so many dogs, and you guys are going to be seeing many dogs. So, but Wakile is something like Alaja yìí.
Ajá yìí ní sìn lọ́sọ̀ bá a máa fẹ́ wọn a máa kó wọn lọ sókè a máa fẹ́ wọn.
Kí ni iṣẹ́ táwọn ajá yìí máa ṣe àwọn ajá yìí máa pẹ̀ràn àbí kí ló máa ṣe gan-an?
Wọ́n máa pẹ́ ẹran gangan ẹran gan wà fún iṣẹ́ ọ̀lẹ́ di ṣíṣe náà wà fún.
Okay, lọ́ wà fún
àgbọ̀nrín.
Okay.
Olójú ẹran tó bá jẹ́ pé ẹran ọ̀gbẹ́ ọmọ pa ẹ̀.
Wọ́n mọ̀ pa ẹ̀. Wọ́n máa gbóòórùn yìí.
Wọ́n máa gbóòórùn gidi.
Wọ́n tẹ́ máa tẹ̀lé ohun.
Gidi tó máa tẹ̀lé gidi gan.
Okay. Ṣé lè pa ẹran fúnra wọn àbí wọ́n máa lé ẹran jáde ní máa pa?
Wọ́n máa pa fúnra wọn tó lè jáde sọ́dẹ tọ́dẹ náà tó máa pa.
Tó máa pa? Ah, okay. Alright, you guys just had. Journey to the neighboring community to meet up with other hunters was a long walk of 45 minutes. We finally arrived at the neighboring community, which is also a small settlement of hunters and farmers, the village of Ayedi. Wow! Like, we've trekked for more than 45 minutes just trying to like get to the other village. So we just arrived at the neighboring village to Igbarake, which is about 45 minutes walk from Igbarake to this village. So yeah, this is the village.
Yeah.
Hunters are joining the Dayake hunters, so there are more hunters now. And in this village, we have to also observe another traditional libation, you know, also make libation and accusation to issue.
Ẹni gbé ṣoṣo àárí ṣoṣo, ogún màmá jẹ́ àárí ṣoṣo. Ojú olúkúlóye. Ojú olúkúlóye. Wọlé ń gbọ́.
Ògùnlákà yóò ṣùgbọ́n àlẹ́ kankan títí wùdí ọ̀nà omi lẹ́fẹ̀ẹ́ jẹ́ òun láti ọdún ìmọ̀ fún
Ìfilẹ̀ ọ̀nà ló ní.
Ògùnlákà yóò ṣùgbọ́n àlẹ́ kankan títí wùdí.
Olórí kò kásìkò mi.
Ẹ̀rù ọmọ ẹ̀rù lọ́dẹ, àbọ̀ asádìẹ, ọ̀ṣùwájú àbájọ ọ̀dẹ, léèdì ìwájú ẹ̀. Èṣù abẹ́ Ògùnlákà yóò ṣùgbọ́n àlẹ́ kankan títí wùdí ọ̀nà omi lẹ́fẹ̀ẹ́ jẹ́ òun láti ọdún ìmọ̀ fún
Ògùnlákà oṣù máa lẹ̀ kankan títí wìrì ara máa kó wá tọ̀nà owó jọ́fà wa o láìkan ṣẹ́ kò lẹ́nìkan lórí lónìí Ògùnlákà oṣù máa lẹ̀ kó wá pèsè fún wa Ògùnlákà báyìí kojú tì wá o ayé di abẹ́ fi ṣọdẹ yìí o kó pèsè fún wa. ká dìgbé rẹ ẹran bọ̀ torí ta lamọ́kùnrin ló gbá ìdégbìnrin bọ̀ ṣé ká dègbé rẹ ẹran bọ̀ ká dègbé rẹ ẹran bọ̀ kó bá dalẹ̀ omi pọ̀ lódò.
Ẹran la máa fi ṣọ.
Yóò ká fi ṣe
Ẹran la máa fi ṣọ.
ká fi ṣe ẹran kó kìtìkìtì ẹran kó máa rù wábílé nísìnyí. Kó má pẹ̀ láì jìnnà. Kó máa rù ẹran wábílé nísìnyí. Kó má rù kéèyàn wábílé. Ká bá ṣẹ̀kù lẹ́nìkan lórí. Ká má rí wàhálà. Àwọn adé fi lẹ́sẹ̀ wábílé ayọ̀ ìdíkà fi bá. Ìbá nínú kò dùn ìbá lọ ìka bá máa déjẹ̀ kó fi kíra lẹ́nu.
Ọmọ rẹ̀ wá wọn má jẹ lọ. Àìkọ́ ọmọ kù sí lédè o. Àìkẹ́ ènìyàn má jẹ kó dẹ̀rùn ọ̀gbẹ̀lẹ̀. Kọ́bọ́jà àmọ́ ọba láṣọ dẹ lábúlé àyẹ̀dù bàjẹ́ kó ṣẹlẹ̀. Oṣù tọ́bọ̀ láwo Ògùnlákà yẹ kó ẹ̀kọ́ títí wù báyìí fojú kó tọ̀ ọmọ. Àìkọ́ kábàámọ̀. Bàjẹ́ kọ́ rìn rẹ̀ kojú. Láìpẹ́ bíbí ìrọ̀kọ̀. Kọjí ọdẹ yẹn ńlá ṣe ní abúlé àyèdì nkì ìmọ̀ kì í bá ọdẹ láwọ́rọ̀ yẹn dìbọ̀ báyìí kò ṣe rí ni báyìí kò ṣe rí yẹn Ògùnlákà yẹ kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ tí ń túbú ní ilé fẹ̀lẹ̀ lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ẹ̀fọ́ tó ọmọ rẹ̀ ojú kìtọ̀ ọmọ lọ́wọ́ ojú kìtọ̀ ọmọ lọ́wọ́ má jẹ́ kéènìyàn má jẹ́ dẹ́nu ọgbọ̀n lọ́tún lọ́sì ṣé kí bàbá rọ ọmọ rọ lẹ́nìyàn ọmọ rọ lẹ́nìyàn
Ojú ajá.
Sájà lọ́rùn tó bá ti fi sájà lọ́rùn olè tí wọ́n ti tẹ̀lé ọ̀tà tó bá ń bọ̀ ẹni tó bá gbé bọ́ máa bọ̀
Pàjá ló ń bọ̀ yàtọ̀ sẹ́ran.
tó bá dẹ̀ tẹ́ran bá ti gbọ́ rẹ̀ ó máa sáré pí.
Ẹ̀wọ̀n tẹ́ran bá ti kú rẹ̀ ó máa sáré dìde ó lọ.
ilé máa tẹ̀lé tó bá máa lè wọ́n máa mẹ́ran yàtọ̀ sí
Ajá.
This is meant to, you know, differentiate between the dogs and the animals in the bush. So once this is on the animals, you can see the man putting it on the dog. So once this is on the dog, this will kind of like tell the hunters the difference between the bush animal and the dog. So you can tell that it's a dog coming, an animal with this kolokolo or ujuaja, eyes of the dog.
Ayédìrè sọ̀rọ̀ èmi máa pa ẹ̀gbọ́n ìmàmọ́ oúnjẹ sí lónìí.
Sometimes they don't joke with their traditions and culture. So now I'm taking off my cap because another round of prayers, another round of devotion.
Ẹran awa lọ àpá ká ní ìbọn lóra wa ẹ̀yàn lájà
kẹ bá wọ́pọ̀ ẹ̀ dáadáa ká wá ṣe.
ẹ bá sọ̀rọ̀ yín bàbá ẹ bá sọ̀rọ̀ yín lọ fáfáfá.
a bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́ wọn adáyín lóhùn kọ́ wá ṣe. ká wá ṣe. àpẹẹrẹ náà àpọ̀.
àṣẹ.
arabakoro yóò fà wá o. àmàlọ́ọ̀rẹ́ àmàbọ̀ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀yìn alájà kẹ bá wọ́pọ̀ ẹ̀ dáadáa o.
kó bá gbẹ̀yìn kẹ kó gbẹ̀yìn.
kó bá gbẹ̀yìn kẹ kó gbẹ̀yìn o.
ẹ má lọ sí wa.
ìgbà bá jáde kẹ bá ti gbọ́ pé kò ní jáde ẹsẹ̀ bàbá wọn ní o ti yẹn bẹ̀.
ẹ máa sọ fún mi pé kó sọ̀rọ̀
kúkú yẹn àmọ́ nìyẹn tó kẹ bá wọ́pọ̀ dáadáa o. ìgbọ̀n àwa oníbọn náà àpẹẹrẹ náà o. àpọ̀
oníbọn yìí máa kọ́ pa alájà tó máa pa.
balaja bá ṣe ń pa bọ́líbọ̀ bá ṣe ń pa alájà bá máa pa tiwa. àbíṣe ìgbà o.
Main action has started. So we are at the hunting ground. The main action has started. The hunters and the alajars has gone into the bush to hunt the animals and chase out the animals. So we'll be going closer now. Whoa, can you hear that? Did you just hear that? I think they just killed something. Let's go, guys. Let's find out what just happened. As you can see, other hunters are also just arriving. Other hunters are just arriving at the. So we have to be mindful of how we go close to the guys because these guys have guns and all of that. So hopefully from here we'll be like getting the actions. As you can hear them, they're in the bush and hunting right now. Let's go, man. That was a kill. That was a kill. We have one down. We have one down. We have one down. One down, guys. Come on, come on. One down, guys. Wow. 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 Let's kill this. That's kill it. Kill it. Etu. So this is Etu. It is called Etu. Antelope. This is an antelope. One down, more to go.
Yeah, water.
Baba Anu, so Baba Anu is the shooter. Bad man! Bad guy! It's heavy. It weighs a lot. Guys, last year we were in this same village to kind of like document the Egba hunters. But unfortunately for us, it was during the rainy season. We didn't know that at the time. So we got here and we were so unfortunate that it was rainy season and the animals tend not to come outside and all of that. So I hopefully this time we'll be successful. This time we'll be fortunate enough. After 3 hours of walking the forest and hunting animals, these hunters decided to take a rest. To document the Egba hunters, then you have to become a hunter yourself. So this is the water that the hunters consume. We have no choice. I mean, we've been trekking the whole forest for the past 3 hours and I'm very, very tasty, and so this is the only water I got. I mean, I have to make best of it.
Agbolo mo ni. Ṣé wàá dijú mọ́rí báyìí?
Okay. This is kind of water you drink it. You don't have to look inside. Alright guys, so we are done with the first part of the forest and now we are at the second part of the forest. As you can see, the hunters have come to this part of the forest. So what these hunters usually do is they go into one part and then when they're done with that part, they go into the next one. So far, so it's been good. So far, so good. We've been able to hunt one antelope and I hope more will be going. So guys, one thing you all need to understand that this hunting is not a game, neither is it a sport for these men. This is a means of livelihood for them. This is how they provide protein for their family and they also take this bush meat to the nearby markets to sell to people for protein. You need to understand that this was how our forefathers survived. It's been a crazy day, a crazy and adventurous day. Like it's been from one adventure to another, but so far we've been able to hunt just one antelope, and uh, first, like it's really hot. It's really hot in the rainforest of Abeokuta. It's dry season, like they say in Nigeria, and it's about that time where everywhere the temperature is very high. I think the temperature right now is about 90 degree or so, 95 degree or so. It's very hot right now, and we've been in the forest for the past 3 hours, and for that 3 hours we've been able to only hunt just one animal. So I mean it's better than last year. We were here last year in this same forest, in this same rainforest with the Egba hunters, and we were so unfortunate because it was during the rainy season, and when it's raining, animals tend not to come out of the bush. So for a whole 2 days in this same forest, we trekked, we ran, we walked many miles, we did all we could, but for some reason nature decided not to bless us with a bushmeat. So for 2 days we got nothing. So I hope today will be better. I mean it is better already, but I hope it gets even more better and we are able to get more animals. That one, guys. And that's the 6 months. Antelope. Yeah.
This one is mine.
Yeah. Another antelope, guys. Let's go there. Wow. You can't do that. Yeah.
Dáhùn lọ́rùn.
I don't know.
Má gbé síta díẹ̀.
ọ̀tá eléyìí o ẹ wá ọ̀tá eléyìí tèmi wò yìí o.
Alright guys, I hope you can actually hear me because I'm trying not to sound too loud because the hunters are still in the forest. Although today has been really bountiful and it's like past 6 already, like almost quarter past 6, and well, the hunters are still in the forest, and today has been really bountiful. We have 3 antelopes, 1 rabbit, and I think the hunters are still onto another antelope as we speak. Oh, did you just hear that? Wow, a lot of action is going on. Trust me, bro. Watch. Oh goodness. Too much action is going on. There's so much action going on right now. There's so much tension. Oh my goodness.
Ebi báyìí wọ́n máa fi dìtì. Ó kàn wọ́n máa lọ fi dìtì lọ́wọ́ yẹn. Àwọn awo báyìí.
Gbogbo bẹ́ẹ̀ fi lálọ́ sí gbórógbóró.
Ó kàn án tán.
àwọn ọlọ́dẹ àlejò gbádùn.
Ọjà gbádùn o.
ẹ mọ̀ pé ó rọrùn dáadáa. Ó rọrùn dáadáa kí wọ́n máa pariwo kó máa sáré sọ́tún sáré sósì.
We are officially done for the day. The hunting for today is over, and we are back in the village. So now we'll go to meet the hunters so we can see how many animals we're able to get today. Let's go.
Ayé mo rí gbogbo ọlẹ́kọ̀ọ́ rẹ̀ kọ́ lẹ́nu kò lọ́wọ́ nípa. Àwọn ìdáńdájí á kò rí àmójò rẹ̀ yìí. Ìyá rí líran wá náà.
Raphael, that's his name. So this man here was the first man to shoot an antelope today. So yeah, today has been a very bad.
A máa ń ṣe ọdẹ wọn àwọn ẹran inú ìgbẹ́ ẹtu lórí agbọ̀nrín so bó ṣe ń bọ̀ ẹ̀ náà bó ṣe jẹ́ bó ṣe ń bọ̀ ẹ̀ náà òun ló mọ gbé bọ́ síwájú ẹ̀
Ó ti máa pẹ́ tẹ́tí pẹ́ tù. Wọ́n pẹ́ tẹ́tí wọ́n wọlé sí pa.
ti pẹ́ àárẹ̀ àwọn padà kú
Ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ rí ìjákùn.
mi ò pa ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ rẹ̀ mo padà kú
Ẹ sì padà kú wọ̀.
bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ pa mi lọ gbé.
Para Santa mi. Para Santa. Para Santa. Ẹ ṣe gan ìbọn fẹ̀. Ẹ ṣe. Wow! This weighs a lot. This is like heavy. Trust me. Damn. Oh, damn. Ah. That's all, bro. That's heavy. Today was a good day. Perhaps tomorrow will be a better day.
Kékeré tí mo ń la ẹ̀rọ máa kú.